Today we're doing 5 more crazy, cool and disgusting facts about isopods. And that's the butt hydration. And yes, this sounds weird, which is something I learned by researching these things for the video. We're talking a lot about ammonia intoxication in our bins. Hello, creature lovers, and welcome to the universe. My name is Martin from Creepy Creatures Universe, and if you like invertebrate content, hit that subscribe button. But before we dive into those 5 fascinating facts, this is a short announcement of a bigger announcement later, because we have some really cool news about the channel, but that a little bit later. For now, we start with fact number 1, and that's the butt hydration. And yes, this sounds weird. It is a little bit weird, but not as weird as it sounds. You know those little tiny 2 feathery-like things on the back of your isopods? Those are called uropods. With these uropods, you can see the gender of the isopod. But the much cooler thing is, as you know from the last video, if you don't, I link it at the end, isopods are crustaceans which breathe through gills, which means they need to be moist all the time. And with their uropods, they can suck up moisture and put it around their gills. That's with a small tubing system and a capilla. Do you say this in English? I think it's capilla. I will write it down when it's wrong. That transports the moisture to their gills, which is pretty cool. So butt drinking is maybe the wrong description, but it sounds really cool. Next is a little chemistry thing, which is pretty cool, the gas excretion. What does that mean? Your isopods don't need to pee. Most animals, also we humans, we need to flush out toxins with our pee. That's a pretty simple process. Isopods don't need to do that. First, they have a really high tolerance for ammonia, which is something I learned by researching these things for the video, because we're talking a lot about ammonia intoxication in our bins, and like what I read, that's not a thing. Why? Because they don't need to pee the ammonia out. They can release the nitrogenous gas and the ammonia gas right through their exoskeleton. So if you open your bin and it smells like cleaning supplies, that might come from the ammonia extraction, which is pretty normal. And this is also why it's important to have ventilation in your bins to transport that ammonia gas away. Have you ever noticed a size comparison between pretty small and pretty big isopods? Mostly we see something like a giant canyon next to some armadillidium or something, or next to a small cubaris. But in reality, that's not a size comparison. There are some soil isopods that are about 0.3 millimeters in size, which is really tiny. And then on the other hand, we have the giant canyon ones with 4.5 centimeters, which is nearly 2 inches. And I didn't even think about bringing into this video the giant sea isopods, which can get 45 centimeters. Yes, of course, they get 45 centimeters. Let that sink. Next is also a pretty cool one, and it's really interesting. In the last video, like I said, link it at the end, we talked about the biphasic molt, which means they first shed their back half and then their front half. But the really interesting thing is, with this kind of molting, they stay mobile during this process. A lot of other invertebrates like spiders or roaches or whatever get very vulnerable when they are molting. They can even be eaten by their food. Wouldn't be the first time that a cricket or a roach is nibbling on a molting spider. With isopods, that's nearly impossible to happen, because they can run away even if they have in mold, which is a really cool survival tactic. And here is my question for you. If you know another animal that molts like this, let me know in the comments. I'm pretty curious if there are more. And the last cool thing is the numbers game. We have on our whole planet about 8,800 described mammal species, which means those are all mammals, everything included. So 8,800 mammal species, which includes all genuses. But we have 4,500 isopod species that live in the sea. Then we have about 500 isopod species that live in fresh water. And we have 5,000 species that live on land, terrestrial, which means only the genus Isopod includes more and more species than we have mammals on this planet. Species of mammals on this planet, which is a pretty high number. And we know with invertebrates it's a lot of time we get these numbers, but think about that, 5,000 land isopod species. How cool is that? And how many bins can you have at home? That's the only question, how many places do you have? And now the big news, I mean, I'm not sure if it's really big. For us it is really big. In the near future we will do some collaborations with other creators to... Was ist vorstellen? To introduce you to some of the coolest invertebrates all over the planet. We are going, or at first we are going to North America, and the plan is to go all around the planet and build a network of invertebrate keepers who are sharing informations and who are working together, doing content together, everything to entertain you and to give you as much information as possible. And with that being said, nothing more to say from me besides wish you all the best, see you in 3 days, have great 3 days, and see you in the universe. Bye bye.